Let's see. Oh, Stephanie, did you have a question, my love? Hi, everyone. I'm here. I just have no audio. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. You're just telling us that your audio's off. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming. Hang on one second. All right, so you know how we like to start off the day? We like to start off with the foundations to make sure that we have a great build out of our credit understandings, and that way we can pivot. Um, so whoever is in, if you are not able to unmute yourself, I'm going to ask the question. I have the chat open, which is great, 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 great. Sorry, my camera is not working today. I'm on a different device. But you know how we like to start out is asking the general question. What is the heaviest weighted portion of the FICO score? Who can answer the question for me? Miss Barbara's not here. So we need someone to go ahead and dive in. And you guys can unmute or you can drop it in the chat. What is the heaviest weighted portion of the FICO score, guys? Hey, Benny. All right. Benny says payment history. What's the percentage and what's the points? Does anyone else know? So it's not you have the 35% right, but it is 192.5. You got it, Stephanie. Come on, Stephanie, for the win. So the foundational, just so everyone's here, there's 5 breakdowns for the FICO score. Once you master that, you will know how to pivot and make sure that when you're looking at your actual credit score, you'll know what's missing so that you don't go down the rabbit hole of YouTube University or following someone and that tip may not or that trick may not apply to you. So the first and heaviest weighted portion is your payment history, which is worth 35% of your overall score, which translates to 192.5 points. All right, what's the next heaviest weighted portion of the FICO score, guys? Utilization, got it, love it. All right, and what's that points for the utilization? You got it, 30%, 165 points. All right, that is wonderful. All right, give me the next one. Let's keep it going. I like it. I like it. I love this participation. What's the third heaviest weighted portion of the FICO score, guys? You got it. Age at 15%, which equals 82.5 points. Let's go. Stephanie out here like, I got it. I got it. Let's go, Steph. Steph, Benny, I love when you guys participate. You know I love that. Okay. And Denise, yep, you got it right. All right. Give me the last two. The last two are worth how many points? You got it, Denise. Credit mix. And credit mix means that you have revolving and installment. So please understand your credit profile should look like your investment profile, right? You don't want to have everything in one bucket. So you need to have installments, which is your mortgages, your auto loans, your student loans, right? Or personal loan. And then your revolving, which means you can pay and reuse. Love it. What's the last one? Inquiries. Let's go at 10%, 55 points apiece. Let's go. I love it. All right, all right, all right. Now that I know that we have the foundations in play, we're going to open the floor for any Q and A's that you have or any wins that you guys would like to share. Oh, for those of you guys that are new to the room, I am Raquel and I'm the support system for any credit questions you have. My wonderful host is Megan, and she's your support system for any grant questions you have. So if you guys are in this room, have any questions, let us know.
You're going to fall.
No questions, guys?
Huh. Well, I want to say, I want to share what Colleen shared with us. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because it's really cool. I don't know if you guys were here last week, but Colleen was going through, she had to be going to court and everything, and she put it. The only reason I'm sharing this out loud is because she put it on the website. So, um, um, she said she wanted to share this with everybody that she had a huge win for the other day. She's been fighting that lawsuit for a payday loan company for about a year.
Yep.
Remember how she was telling us? So she goes, I felt completely defeated. I didn't want to give up because I knew I didn't owe them what they said I did, but I couldn't find any attorney to help me out that I could afford. Well, she did her research. She talked to Raquel. That's what I got from it. Oh, there's a lot of talking here. But she said she talked to Raquel and she said she wanted to thank you because you told her, you gave her some good advice one night on a Zoom. She said, don't be afraid of court. Don't let those attorneys intimidate you. Stand up for yourself. You have the right to speak and tell your side of things, and you can do it, and you should do it. And she goes, she says, I feel better today than I have in over a year. Thank you to everyone in this community. That was paraphrased. So I think that's awesome. So anyway, so do we have questions for Raquel, me, any wins or any problems you guys are hitting?
Oh wait, I was talking this whole time and y'all couldn't hear me.
No, we can. That's
Real quick, I'm so sorry. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. Yes, I want us to stop thinking that court just means that you're going to lose. Court is another avenue that you can negotiate for a win. And a win may not be that you don't get to pay anything, but a win could be okay, when you do pay something, you request that once the final payment is made, that the debt is removed off of your credit report, because legally there's nothing on that credit on that according to the law that says that once a debt is paid it has to stay on your credit report, right? A lot of creditors like to leave that negative item on there because it will stop other people from giving you another opportunity. But the truth of the matter is that every 2 years the economy changes, right? You got to think about it. We were in COVID for a long time. People were not prepared for the cove of the vid of it all. Okay. So the economy changed. Just like we had the Great Depression, the economy changes. So life happens, and every 2 years there's a little hiccup, there's a little stir, there's a little something that's going on. So do not allow whatever. When you get that letter that says, "Oh, you have to go to court," be like, "Cool, now I can advocate for myself the way I couldn't with the contract that was on there." Right. So don't ever think that it's a no, and ask questions. When you go to court, verify the debt, especially if it's a third party company that's trying to take you to court. Prove that I owe you. I'm not saying I didn't owe Samson. Okay. I'm not saying I owe Samson. What I'm saying is prove that I owe you. Because if you can advocate for yourself and get the 1099 letter, and I was speaking to someone else in the group that said that she called the company and they said that they can't give her the 1099 letter. They need to get it from a third party company. Don't let them bamboozle you. By law, you can put your request in writing and you can send over. And just for let me clarify what a 1099 is. A 1099 is a document that is supposed to be provided to you if a debt is written off by a company that is over $600 or more. So by law, if the debt is $600 or more, you are required. Now, under $600 is optional, honey, but over 600, it is required for that company to provide you that document, number one, by request, and number two, because that 1099 is telling the IRS that the company got a tax break and that is now positioned as earnings to you that you are supposed to claim on your taxes for the year that they wrote that debt off on. So don't let them lie to you, put it in writing. If you do not get the response back after writing and you reply back like, hey, I've asked for this request, it's been over 30 days, you're not responding, then you can file a CFPB complaint on the actual company. So there are different workarounds that you can use to go ahead and leverage to get the same result. It may take a little bit of time, but please understand you didn't fall into bad credit overnight, right? It took a little bit of time and we want to have the same impact. So shout out to Colleen. I'm so happy that she feels encouraged and empowered. That's what my day is about. Come on now. I did see a message in the chat that says, how do I get hard inquiries deleted? Um, there are several ways that you can go about it. Some people like to call the credit reporting agencies. What I will tell you about hard inquiries is that you want to make sure that you're only asking to delete the ones that are not attached to an open and active credit card or credit line. As long as it's not attached to an open and active credit card or credit line, I can give you guys my DIY tool that you guys can go ahead and use on your own to go ahead and what's the word I'm looking for? To go ahead and get the support that you need. And my system does tackle negatives, charge off, bankruptcy, repos, child support, hard inquiries, right? Anything that could be impacting your score, my software helps with. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link in here, but that's how you would go about that. Um, Next question in the chat. If you're paying down your credit cards and you make the payments 2 days before the statement date, can you also make a payment 2 to 3 days after the statement date and make a principal payment only? So, Irving, are you talking about okay, so the question, let me clarify. When you're talking about credit cards, the reason why you want to pay it 2 to 3 days before the statement date is about to close is so that your balance is at the lowest possible number before they go to report what your balances are to the actual credit reporting agencies. So if you pay 2 to 3 days after the statement, that payment is not going to get to the credit reporting agencies. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't pay it. I want to explain the difference between paying before the statement date versus paying after, right? So you're more than welcome to go ahead and do that. For clarification on credit cards, um you paying after the statement date is going to go towards your balance anyway, right? Your interest is already applied. Once that statement closes, they then tack on whatever interest it is. So that's why I try to educate people that if you have a bill, so if you have a credit card bill and let's say that credit card bill is $1,000, if you turn around and pay that $1,000 before the statement date closes, you're not paying any interest on that money. You're only paying the $1,000, right? If the statement date closes, they will then now tack on the interest. And that's when you're going to have the amount that you spent plus whatever fee they're going to charge on you. Okay. We need this good news this evening. Oh, I love that. Okay. Any other questions? Sorry, guys. I'm grabbing the link. 1 second. No other questions, guys?
Any wins? Did anybody's points go down, up or score go up? Does anybody put any of this stuff to use and in their own?
I have a win. I have a
I want
win
to
with
hear it.
someone that I spoke to. Someone I spoke to this week. I don't know if they want to share or not, but I would like to say that we had a pre-approval. We talked about how to correctly apply for funding. It was such a good call to have the conversation with them and see them get a pre-approval on a vehicle. That was completely dope. So I enjoyed that.
That's right. Good. I love that.
Does anyone else have a win?
You
And I'm
got
going to be dropping some links in the chat, guys, for different accounts you can get if you don't have a balanced credit mix. That will help you as well, because I want to make sure that we're giving as much tools. So the first two links I'm going to drop are some credit lines and credit cards that you can get that will help increase your score. Um, and I'm looking for my link for the DIY. So hang in there. I promise. I'm doing everything off of this phone, so it's taking a little while longer. I think there's a comment in the chat. Can you read that for me, Megan, while I'm trying to
Yeah.
scroll?
It says, I just asked because I had my identity hacked way back during COVID, but I recently, unbeknownst to me, had loans and someone opened multiple cell phone accounts in my name without my authorization. But all I did was
Lord.
please report it.
So that would be a different situation. If you have identity theft, um, if it's truly identity theft, you would go through the process completely different. And do you want to do a class on that, Megan, as to how we can work them through? Because we can set that up before we close out. That way we can help if
When
there's
I'm
true
sorry,
identity theft. Oh,
I
I'm sorry. Do you want to do an identity theft walkthrough as to what it looks like if you have true? You know what? Let me ask the
you
question.
asking
How
me,
many
Chris?
people in the chat? How many people in the chat have authentic identity theft? Because I think that will have to be a separate class
Then I
because I
can.
don't want to confuse anyone. Okay, I'm gonna drop Maurice, I'm gonna drop my link for a one-on-one so I can walk you through the identity theft because identity theft is handled completely differently than just regular disputes, right? So I want to make sure that you got that. So I'll drop the link for that. My pleasure, my love. All right. Any other questions, grants, credit? We're here. We're here for an hour, y'all. So go ahead and use our brains because we're here to pour it out, take it off of our heads and put it on you.
Yeah. And I've got a lot
Does that sound right?
I need
That
to.
sounds very that sounds very zombie-ish, but y'all know what I meant. I've been watching scary movies, okay?
Walking Dead stuff.
Listen, I have literally been watching Goosebumps, and you would think Goosebumps is not really that scary because you remember growing up as
I
a
don't like
kid,
those.
we used to watch Goosebumps.
I used to read
But yeah, I used to read the books too, and yeah, I'm a big scaredy cat, so
me too.
don't.
I don't do suspense. Anything suspenseful, I don't need it.
So I am definitely okay with a suspense and a thriller. I'm not a gore, so that's different. Is having your information on the dark web part of identity theft? Um, it can be a part of identity theft because if your information is exposed, normally they tell you what information is exposed. If it's your email, any passwords you have, your social. If you start seeing people applying for things that you did not apply for, things of that nature, you can go ahead and put freezes on your profile so that they cannot automatically get approval. But please remember that when you're looking to get approval on your own, you would have to take those blocks off. But just because you're on the dark web doesn't necessarily mean your identity has been stolen. It means that it's a possibility it's been compromised. And just for references, y'all, last year there were over 15 companies, including TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax, that had data breaches. Okay, I'm talking about health insurance companies had data breaches. So definitely keep an eye out on your credit report, which is why I tell people all the time, pulling your credit report. And I don't care if you're using Credit Karma. Again, don't if you're using Credit Karma, Credit Strong, or any of those like third party companies, please understand, do not pay attention to the actual score, but pay attention to the alerts. It'll tell you someone tried to apply for an account for you and you know it wasn't you. It will tell you when some new collections on there, right? You want to keep an eye on those types of things. The number is irrelevant to me because I've had people who had a low credit score that I've gotten into houses, right? I've had people who've had low credit scores that I've gotten them into cars. Um, but their credit profile looked appealing, right? So I want us to keep in mind um the wholeness of the score. So if you guys do not have a credit monitoring service, get one. I will drop my credit monitoring link in here. I know that Megan has a credit monitoring link in here. I want you guys to be up to date and looking at the actual scores themselves. Looking at the actual reports themselves. So if something new comes on and you know it's not you, you're good. Okay. um Maurice said Goosebumps is old, and I am a vintage Chanel purse. Okay, of course it is. I'd love to learn more about grants to buy homes besides state first time home buyers program or to repair or repairs and disability upgrades. Megan, that's you.
I got you. Give me one second. I'm just finishing copying all the links to my notes and for your stuff. Okay.
Got you, darling. Okay, so I'll go
Um,
on to the next one while you're copying that. We're gonna come back to that question, Erica. Give us one
I'm gonna
second.
do some research real fast and I'll get back to that.
Okay, can you go through the process on how to get your address removed from the credit report? For instance, an entry for a property that was foreclosed on happened in a different state. So in the download section, there is a personal information letter that I gave out for free here. If you want to send me a message, I can, and just in the subject line put personal information letter. If you cannot find it, I will go ahead and resend it to you individually. Hold on one second, let me type out my email. So I normally, there are two methods that I use to go ahead and remove addresses. Number one, I do it through the actual sites themselves. That is the only thing that I dispute online. I will dispute names that are incorrect, addresses, date of birth, phone numbers. Those types of things I will dispute directly online, whether it's through Credit Karma, Smart Credit, whatever. I will dispute it through there. Okay. Other than that, the letter that I send out, I normally send out for my clients on day 1, day 15, and every 30 days thereafter. I'm sending out that personal information letter for my clients for them to update at the credit reporting agencies. Now, I've had clients call in and say this name is not mine, this address not mine. They'll say yes, they'll remove it, and then it doesn't get removed. My letter seems to be a little bit more effective. But I normally have that's normally the letter that I use to go ahead and get it removed off. And again, I will leverage to go online to do that. Okay. Paul said, yes, this program is a win because we learn the credit process to support our success. All right. Yes, I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, you got the answer?
I don't have the answer, but I have questions to get the
Okay,
answer.
go ahead.
I get
Okay,
the
go
correct.
ahead.
All right, so it was who was it that was asking? It was Erica, right?
Erica J. Yep.
Okay. And Miss Erica, can you come off mute or are you unable to speak right now? If you could, that'd be amazing. Okay, cool.
Hi, yeah.
Hi. Okay. Quick question. Where are you located?
I'm in California, but I'm looking in the Midwest. Most of my family's in Indiana, but for some reason, Indianapolis is oddly expensive. So I'm looking at Illinois, upstate New York, Michigan.
That's
Yeah,
Illinois.
so I know most states have like a first time buyer program, but I'm wondering if there's anything else. I don't have
Okay. So
good
there's
credit and I would need a cosigner. But I'm seeing houses that are like 75,000 and 100,000 that are, might need some minor repairs or upgrades
Hold on.
or
I have a quick question before Megan goes. Have you applied for NACA?
I haven't, but I was reminded of NACA because I've been looking for a few years.
Yeah.
And basically my mom sold her house last year and gave me part of the proceeds, but she wouldn't give it to me up front so that I could just buy something outright or move somewhere cheap. She's like, oh no, you don't want a house. You have to fix everything. I'm like, yeah, but I also don't want to pay $2,000 a month for rent that just goes down the drain.
Yeah, I
So,
like NACA
yeah,
only because it's $25
it's
to
nothing
be a
down.
part of the
Yeah,
membership. It is nothing down.
yeah.
And depending on your area, like I'm in Texas and they'll give you up to, I think in certain areas, I've seen as much as up to $500,000.
Wow.
And you don't have to buy a single family. You can purchase a quad. So you
Yeah,
do have
that's
to go
another
through the
thing I'm thinking of.
meeting. Right. You do have to go to the meeting. And then you can fill out the application. You pay the $25 and the $25 is for your household. So like even if you have kids that are of age, just throwing something out there.
It's just me. I will go ahead and put that through because I did open it, but I didn't finish. And I know it's like online, so I don't even have to go there because I'm disabled. So it's hard to do certain things but a lot of things are virtual now, which is great.
No problem. I'll grab the link for you guys. Give me 2 seconds.
have it
Go
right
ahead,
here.
Megan. I'm sorry.
I got it already. I got the link for NACA right here. I just have a quick question. Okay, so have you, because there's a tons of like grants and programs that you can actually pair together. Like I took out my 184 loan because I'm Native American. You can take out the 184 loan and pair it with NACA, or you could go you do a USDA loan as well as the 184 loan, and they're all guaranteed funding. So I'm just curious, have you looked into any of that, or are you Native American, or what have you?
No, I'm not Native American. I did look at USDA. There's a house there's a couple that I just found recently that I really like. And they're not rural, even though they're semi-rural areas of Illinois. They're not major cities. But they don't qualify for USDA. I did look them up, but sometimes, but I'm also looking at upstate New York, and some of those do qualify. So the
Okay.
USDA is definitely on my radar. Um, and of course, I've checked the states that I'm looking at, I've checked their first time buyer programs. Um, yeah, my main issues, credit and income. I'm on SSI sort of. I got approved last year. And because I had the proceeds from the house, I couldn't get benefits. So I only got the initial payment. My 6-month payment was due in November, but I still had excess assets. So now that I tapped out my excess assets in November, I've been going back and forth with my SSI worker, sending her documents and bank statements to prove that the money's gone, that I didn't, transfer it to a family member or whatever. So once that's settled, then I would have that as income. But right now I don't have any income, and I would need a cosigner for credit. Um, but I'm just trying to get in something cheaper. I'm spending way too much on rent, and I could have a house for a third of what I'm paying in rent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm putting all these links on a Google Doc for you. I'm gonna put in the chat. Is that okay? Because I have like fixing them up. Like, so if you wanted to purchase something that needed like adjust or I almost said adjustments, that needed repairs, you could do that. And with knowing that you're gonna have to do the repairs before you move in. But there's like $20,000 grants for that in New York. There's money to buy and fix up a home and all in one mortgage, so they'll package it together. There's stuff like that. There's forgivable down payment loans.
Yep.
I'm gonna get through
And I
this.
even, this is for everyone. If you're in the situation I am, or like you're a remote worker and you want to live somewhere less expensive, man, cheap old houses, they have the best houses because, they might have been abandoned, or, like one I'm looking at was foreclosed, but it looks in pretty good condition. But, a lot of people want the shiny and new and the, whatever. And some of these houses are just beautiful houses with a lot of life left in them. But it's, you may have to move somewhere that doesn't have a lot of jobs. So, like if you're doing remote work, it'd be great. So that's my goal.
And what state did you say that was in?
Um, I mean, they're all over, not very many in California, of course, but
Gotcha.
lots in Illinois. There's two towns in particular where they keep coming up on cheap old houses. So basically, when they have a house on there, then I'll check other houses in that town,
Gotcha.
and
I
both of
like
them have a
that.
ton. Like one I found in this town called Decatur. It was 65,000. It was a cute little Victorian 4-bedroom, 2-bath, in good condition. Um, this one it's another town in Illinois called Macomb or Macomb. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. It's in Western Illinois, like near St. Louis. Um, and that one was 75, and it's another cute Victorian in pretty good condition. Beautiful wood staircase, very like gorgeous house. But a lot of people want that, the shiny and new and all, you can tell them they've flipped them and they have like the gray walls and that gray laminate floor. And
Gotcha.
they
I
all look the
love
same.
it.
These, I want one that hasn't had that flip, and these are in good condition. Like they were well maintained by whoever, thank God, because a lot of times people redo them and they look like every other house. But yeah, there's a lot. But yeah, cheap old houses. They have an Instagram. It's fantastic.
I love that. Thank you for that share.
You're welcome. Because if, with remote work, it's the time where you can do that. You don't have to be near a city. Like I did New York and San Francisco when I was young. I'm from LA. So I've done the city. I'd rather just have more space and something that's mine.
I'm putting all this
Yeah, she said cheap old houses. You got it, Maurice.
Yeah, I think they have an HGTV show. I'm not sure if it's still on, but you can find their videos on YouTube. They have a YouTube channel, they have Instagram. The Instagram, they post things every day. I'm on their mailing list too. It's like $10 a month, and you get cheap old houses. Under the one list is under 50,000. One list is under 250, and one list is Europe, and one list is farmhouses. So if you're looking for something with some acreage, and they're all one price, $10, and you get all those lists. I'm addicted. That's like my that's like my I call it my porn because they send the most beautiful houses.
I love that stuff. So I get it.
Yeah, a lot of them are in the South. There's a ton in Mississippi and Alabama, especially they come up a lot. But Texas, they've had Kansas. There was one today that was Kansas.
The $1 home purchase program too. So oh, got that. Okay. So let's see. Okay, I put the NACA workbook, like getting funding workbook in there in the chat, and then I did and the PDFs that they have as well, the purchase resources. I got the mortgage calculator and the due expense diary, all that stuff. And then oh, we have disclosure stuff. Okay, and then I'm going through what was the other one?
Any other questions, guys?
There, somebody asked me about funding.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, it's me, Steve. Hello,
Hi.
hello. This is for Megan P.
I'm here. That's me.
Okay, Megan, I spoke to you maybe a long time ago. We've been having, I've been having issues with my family. It was regarding Fund Nation. You referred us to uh, uh, funding to start a trucking business,
Yes.
and you sent me to Fund Nation.
Yes, and I gave you that workbook, right?
The what?
The workbook.
No, I don't know about a workbook, but I know you. I don't know. I'm not very good at this computer stuff.
Yeah, I remember. It's fine. Okay.
But anyway, so it said I thought it was that we had to join them, team up with them, but I don't believe we have to, do we?
No, I have, that's my company, and I was just resources that I have there that I can help you more. I have a workbook that I was trying to give you. You couldn't pull it off the chat. I remember now. Is your daughter there with you right now?
No, she's not here with me. She's going to school right now.
Oh, good.
And that's why, yeah, but she's so she leaves me here. She threw me to the wolves, and I'm not a computer guy. I don't know, I'm really learning about all this stuff. And I'm just trying to figure out what to do, and so anyway, I haven't done anything because of all our problems. And also, what about these tariffs from isn't it going to make the trucking business, kind of
Hold on 1 second, guys. We have to keep the conversation specifically towards grants and credits. We would love to veer off, but we cannot allow us to go through something that might take us down like a rabbit hole. So I do apologize. If you have a question specifically about finding a grant or securing a grant, we can support with that. I know that Miss Megan told you that we have classes. She has classes on Wednesdays and Thursdays that you
okay,
can come into, and she can walk you through to support specifically for getting your trucking business set up that you and your daughter were talking about. But we
okay.
can't go to politics, unfortunately. We don't know what's going to happen. Just for transparency, we don't know if what laws are going to be passed, are going to be
Right,
pulled
right.
back. So if you have specific questions about grants that might be accessible to you, we'll be happy to support those questions. But anything else, unfortunately, will have to be off limits.
Okay, I apologize for doing that. But anyways, if you could just send me some more information on how to get back on track, I would appreciate that. That's what I think I should say.
Send it to you right now.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I send you my email right now.
Okay.
Also, there's links in the chat that she provided as well. So please remember to go to the chat and copy the links as needed. Thank you.
Okay. Now, I know that I go to where my picture's at and then go to my notifications or something like that. Is that correct?
You can look where it says chat.
Yeah.
If you don't see, in the chat, if you click that button that says chat, it will open up the chat conversation. And
Okay.
Megan dropped a few links, and she also dropped her actual email address.
Okay.
Guys, if you guys are having issues or trying to learn technology, I promise you one of the best tools that you can leverage is YouTube University. You can go to YouTube University, that's what I call it, and you can go and look how to use Zoom functions, because sometimes we're not able to walk you through as precisely as we can
I
because we
know.
don't know what kind of system you're on, right? But
Okay.
Megan did drop her email address there for you so that you can go ahead and support. And for you guys that are watching or that watches the replay, her email address is megan@fun-nation.org. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. So I'll have my daughter help me out with this because I'm kind of lost here. But thank you so much, and I'll figure it out.
No
And
problem.
what was
And if you
it?
have a pen and paper, just write down her email address so you can email her later. It's Megan at fund, FUND nation.org. That way you can ask her whatever question you may have. And again, in the chat are the links that she dropped that can also help.
Okay, that was Megan at fundnation.org.
Fund dash, you have to put a dash and then nation.org.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what was that other website that you were telling me on YouTube? University or something? What was
No,
that?
if you just go to YouTube, I call it YouTube University, but if you go to YouTube, you can go ahead and Google how to use Zoom. There are also other things that you can search. So that way you can get a little bit more familiar. So if you're on your phone, you can say how to use Zoom on my
I got it.
iPhone or how to
I
use it on
got
my
it.
Android phone.
I got
Okay.
it. What's
That way
your
you don't
name,
have to
ma'am?
pay for it. My name is Raquel, Mr. Steve.
Okay, Raquel. Okay, Raquel, thank you so much. And thank you, Megan. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
It's our pleasure. Thank you so much for pulling up to club.
Okay,
Let's
you guys
go.
take care. Have a good night.
You as well.
Bye-bye.
Any other questions, guys?
There's a Hope mortgage. I'm still on the mortgage thing, so I got stuck down that rabbit hole. But there's
They're fine.
it's called the H4H, Hope for Homeowners. And it's to assist you in like getting, if you're in a foreclosure situation, or if you need help getting into a home, or if you already are homeless, that they will help you out with that.
Okay, and Stephanie said in the chat, Megan, can I get the name again of that group that will help me with my move? And then Denise said that she sent you a text the other day. When you have a chance, can you please look at it?
Denise, yes, I did see that. I have no clue which ones are missing. Went through them and I couldn't figure out which ones were missing, which ones were there. So I don't know. Give me 1 second. Grants for farm. USDA mostly. Give me 1 second, I'll find you some. Have you looked at USDA? Where's the H4H link? It's that's it. It is right here.
I love the wealth of knowledge you give, Megan. Let's talk about it.
Well, hey, you know, my brain. It's really hard in there sometimes. I gotta tell
It's
you,
so silly.
it really is though. Really though. It's like a lot. All right, so it is, the link is right here. It's under hope for home. I'm going to just make sure I'm not giving you the wrong link because I did that the other day. Okay, this is the fact sheet for it. Denise, if you could give me more specifics about the about which ones you're looking for, we can probably help you out with that. And then let me get the farm links. Okay, so have we already looked at the USDA for the farm links, the farm grants? Because there's tons there, but I need to know kind of what state you're in. You can come off mute if you want. That'd be easier.
Let's see. All right, I don't see anything. Thanks for the love, Benny. Okay. Drop chat. Maurice said, thank you, Megan. All right, guys. Any other questions? We got 20 minutes. I want to make sure that we are edifying to you and we're giving you support, tools, actionable steps. Because remember, like I said, guys, knowledge is empower until you what? Apply it. And we are here to apply pressure to everything that we give. So we hope that we're giving you some stuff that you can utilize. I actually had some people who have signed up for with me, and they've gotten deletions that were in the challenge that you had, Megan. I know I send you the updates whenever I do it. It's time for me to do another round of letters out, but I'm just so thankful for the people who are getting results and the people who are applying the information that Megan and myself are giving out. Come on, talk about this USDA. I feel like I need to get a USDA loan, y'all.
Listen, they do everything. Okay, so you all know I'm in a water war right now, right?
Yes, talk about it.
And oh, so I've been putting pressure every which way I can, press releases, everything, right? And I found, well, I was invited to find. I was invited. They have something called the Rural Development Water, like emergency water system management thing, and it's so crazy. They are so intense. It's not even funny, but it is the best resource ever. So I'm gonna jump it real fast because it's so cool. And then I also went down the celebrity road, and that was fun too. Uh, because they definitely called a whole bunch of celebrities the other day.
Oh,
It was so much fun. But here, let me show
I
you this.
love it.
It was so much fun because like I did my little research. You know what I do, and I made my
Mhm.
and now I have like 500,000. No,
First of all, nothing you do is little. You did your big research. You got big results. That's what I'm talking about.
54,000.
Question in the chat is what is deletion? No worries at all. Deletion is when you get debt removed off of the credit report. So a lot of times people have things that are still sitting on the credit report, and my software uses the law, whether it's consumer law or factual disputing or Metro 2, which are different methods of getting negative items removed off of the credit report for my clients. So what happens is if we can legally use what the law says, the FCRA or the US 15 code to go ahead and remove those items, is called deleted off of the credit report. So that's what deletions are, when you can get things removed off of the credit report. Sorry, Megan, I just want to make sure we hit all the stuff in the chat. You said you're showing us something. Are we supposed to click on this, girl? Or are you going to share your screen, honey bunny?
I know. I think I'm doing it, but I'm not. It's I plan to in
You
my
so
head and then I sleep.
silly. Gotcha.
You
Megan,
know.
okay, so Stephanie said, Megan, this is a nonprofit in the Polar, Georgia area that I think would help me with my move. When you told me about it, I originally was like, I thought it would take too long. Okay, so have you already reached out to them, Stephanie, and they're willing to help? Oh, she's saying she didn't remember the name. Oh, so Megan, that's to you. Stephanie is saying she didn't remember the name of the nonprofit that you said that could help her in Pola, Georgia, and she thought it would take too long. But she was trying to see if you remembered the name of the group that you were telling her about.
I hope. I think I can try it. Look it up again. Give me 1 second. Why can't I see my mouse? Can you guys see my screen?
It says you're starting to share.
Okay. They might be thinking I have a lot of things open. I wasn't really planning on this, but I will. We will mitigate our damages by just shutting things down as soon as I can move my mouse again. But anyways, I've dropped a link in the chat. It's about rural water and how we're still dealing with 1946 infrastructure in most of the country. And it is pretty crazy because I didn't realize it's not just us, it's pretty much everybody. And for some reason we're trying to cut this program. And so I'm trying to win it over, I guess. Are you guys there?
Yeah, we're here, but it's just not showing yet. It's still saying that you're showing, but we got you, boo.
Okay. Noted. Okay. You know. So anyways, so it's called Rural Strong. Oh, and then we have that.
It's showing now.
Yay. Okay. So these are printable flyers that you guys can actually print out, but it also has emails and like email signatures and stuff so you can take action. But it is awesome. And then there's like tons of stories on here about how this program has helped other rural communities. And I was like, oh, I was reading our own story. It was so crazy. I'm like, this is what's happening for us. This is it. This is what's going on. Because there's like this town of 70 people. It's way smaller than ours even. And they're like, yeah, we have one water tank, and it was like had a hole in it, it was rusting and all kinds of stuff. And it reframes the water, so it's like more of an economic development issue rather than in a public health issue, rather than a hey, we just want our stuff fixed. Which I liked because that's pretty much what we've been getting. We've been getting a lot of pushback, like we don't really need water, which is crazy to me. So yeah, this is awesome. If you guys want to jump on the it's called ruralwaterstrong.org. It's through the USDA, and it is amazing. They're doing great work, and I need them to come out here and do work here. So if you guys want to, give it a little love, you can.
I love that.
But yeah, there's something like this is exactly what we need to do. Our entire system is literally doing the same thing that they need to do, that they just did on this like the story that's telling. And I was like, that's me. I need that. We need that. Because we can't build another house, we can't open another business, we can't even put another medical office in town unless it has its own water sewage system, or we do an upgrade. And they're like, no, you don't need an upgrade, you're good. Mind you, we haven't had one since 1946 and then 2006, so it's pretty crazy. And they want to charge us $20,000 to get that non-upgrade, just to have a sewage system hooked up to your house. So there's a lot of issues. We're working on it.
Megan, thanks for that information. That's Theola. I'm Theola, and I would appreciate could you provide grants for agriculture in Missouri, please?
Okay, good. I'm glad you gave me your state. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Sharing though, because it will slow us all down. I don't want to stop sharing. It doesn't love sharing. My computer. Okay, got it. All right, Missouri, you said, and what county are you in? If you are near it's Crawford County. If you're in Crawford County, I have some links for you and some actual people you can speak to. Just because I'm familiar with them and I have a relationship there. And I need to
I'm
know
in Jackson County.
wait, hold on, let me do that link before I delete it. Okay, so this is the farming. This is gonna be your oh, they have that one's over. They have livestock forage disaster program, livestock. Are you gonna have livestock, or do you want to just have trees and agriculture stuff?
The whole 9 yards. I'd like to, grow food, good food, and supply nice. Well, I don't want to do livestock right now because I think that might be encompassing. Wouldn't you, or unless there's a grant for it?
There's tons of grants for it. That is very much so. There's a livestock indemnity program. There's a emergency assistance for your livestock, honeybees, raised farm fish.
Oh, well,
Tons.
I want it all, Megan.
If you want it all, girl.
Yeah, I want it all.
All right, give me 1 second, then I will get you everything. All right, so there's
Okay.
financial support, and then there's like the disaster recovery and conservation stuff. So you have different ways to get in through the USDA, which is always fun because they give you multiple arms of reach, right? So like you could go if there's any type of natural disaster type event anywhere near you, you could go in that direction, as well as going through economic policy, all that stuff. So I'm gonna look up your strategic plan real fast and see what they have there. But here's the first link.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Now, is there any money for education in agriculture?
That
Money?
grants that will put you through agricultural school, like as a WIOA program type thing.
Mhm.
Is that what you mean, or do you want like actual? Which training are you looking for?
Um, you know, just the whole agriculture.
Like, but for like farming or like for animal, like, will you have to give me a little bit more specifics?
I would like for growing food, that would be it. And would hydroponics be under agriculture or not?
I'm unsure actually. I don't want to say yes or no because I don't really know. I'd just be guessing.
I'm sorry?
I would just be guessing. I'm not really sure if that's covered underneath it. But you know who has tons of information about this? It's Sabrina. But I'm gonna help you as well right now. But she's got, if you get a chance to drop into one of her classes, she's amazing with this kind of thing, especially specifically to farming. Same with Tammy. Tammy knows a lot too.
Okay, so what was her name again that has this information? A lot?
Sabrina. She's actually uh she's I don't know if she's here. Sabrina, can you hear us?
Probably not, but what days does she operate?
I want to say she has a Thursday class, the country living one, and then I'm not sure if that's still going though. And then I believe she has her Wednesday class or Tuesday class, one of the two. I can't remember. But I'm looking it up right now. Hold on. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going doing the strategic plan right now. I'll look it up in just a second.
If you search Sabrina, and you can go ahead and see when her classes are in the platform, so you'd be able to find her, and she'd be able to get you more information about agriculture.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's our pleasure.
Right, and I got one more thing for you right now. Oh, dang, you actually have a crazy budget. Land use plans. Arts and culture. Okay. Yeah, you got lots. Okay. Okay. So you can go the economic development route. You could really go 3 different routes. Economic development, some type of you don't have the whole thing. So okay. What are your plans? Like, do you want to raise animals to then sell to well, I just need to know the plan so I can better figure out what you need. Like what grants, like, because the grants are really specific. They're like for specific things. There's grants for quality infrastructure on farming. There's grants for setting up farms that are going to feed the local school children. You know, it's like there's just like, or there's educational farms and like,
Yes, I need both of those because to teach children how to plant and grow would be great. You know,
right.
no
I mean,
GMOs.
do you have like a business plan or anything that I can like pull from? Because that
Um,
would be my best way to give you actual accurate information. I'm going to give you this information right here, and then you can kind of take a look at it and see where you fit it in on there, and then just we can start building it up from there.
okay.
Um, yeah. I think that first link that I sent is going to be more better for you than this one though.
Okay, the
Yeah.
FSA, is that the one?
Because if you can create, like, if you wanted to do like a kids program inside of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of ways you can go with this. It's just a matter of what you want to do and who you're trying to serve.
The
I like,
reason why I want to go into agriculture is to uh, stop the fight, a food shortage in the inner city. That's what I really want to do. And I'd like to do it uh, planting in ground and also hydroponics. And, teach children how to do that.
yeah, that was great. That's awesome, actually.
Mhm.
Love that. I did
Thank
it.
you.
That's beyond beautiful. Sorry, I just had to come off of mute just to say that. That's beyond beautiful.
Right? I love that. There's a lady that I had on my show. I want to say in December. No, it was in November. And I'll see. Let me see if I can find her that recording because that she will help you a lot. She does agriculture grants. She just got 25 million. She does, and that's all she does. And she's in Kentucky, so She's closer to you than I am.
Took me out with her. Shoot.
Yeah, right now. Let me see what I can find for you.
That sounds wonderful.
And she's good at it. She's like it's easy. It's like it's second nature to her just to talk funding. She just does it.
Mm.
So amazing. I love it. She makes me feel like, oh, dreamy. I like it.
That
Okay.
is great. Also, I'm an artist, so I'd like to teach children art, like oil paintings and sculptures. I got all my equipment. I just need a grant to get this building and to, start the program because I know this the building belongs to the city. So they're not going to sell it to me, I don't believe. But I need, something that could be able, because I know they want me to lease it. Something that's going to be able to turn over to pay the lease and all. In addition to that, because this building is kind of nice. Well, it needs work, but it has the room that I would like. Also, I would like to teach children, uh, you know, how to get their GEDs. So that's that's what both of my endeavors I would like to do.
Okay. I have a couple of different routes for you. So let me get you this one lady because I want to make sure I make sure she's so awesome.
Okay,
And I will.
that looks like that economic development site looks like it's gonna be good.
It will be. I guarantee it. Hold on, I'm trying to copy this. It's either I'm not sure. I'll drop it for you in the chat inside Let's Go Help too. Once I figure out which one it is, I don't want to give you the wrong one.
All right, thank you.
She's awesome. So yeah, and she gives her information in the video, so that'd be awesome. Okay. And then also there's also called the Cliffs Bar, the Cliffs Foundation. They have grants for agriculture.
Who? Can you?
I'll put it in the chat for you. It's the Cliffs
Thank
Foundation.
you, Arlen. Mhm.
It's all
All
agriculture.
right, guys, we're down to our last 2 minutes. I want to go ahead and go over the chat really quickly. How often should I check my credit report and what's the best way to monitor? I did drop it in the chat, y'all. I personally, I know I'm in credit, so it is a little bit different for me, but I am switching over to media, so but one of the biggest things that I tell people, get the credit monitoring. I did drop a link in the chat for you guys to sign up for credit monitoring if you guys want to on your own. This particular company gives you your full 7 year. The only other place that gives you your 7 year is with myfico.com, and theirs is about $49 a month. Pass that cup right there, babe. It's $49 a month. This one's $29.99 a month, but you get to see your full 7 year report. Most credit monitoring softwares that are out there only give you your 2 years. So you're not able to see the information that a realtor or auto lender is going to see all of that information when you pull the file, right? So I am biased. I will tell you to keep a credit monitoring on. I also tell my clients, if you don't keep it on a consistent basis, at least make sure before you go and apply for something that you pull your credit so you can know if this is something you should do or you should wait on. Other than that, we have 1 minute. Megan, do you have anything else that you'd like to add, my love?
No, just this. Definitely check out the links I just put in the chat because they talk about community grants, Cliff Bar Family Foundation operational support. And it is all agricultural stuff. They are looking to strengthen food systems, enhance equitable community health outcomes, safeguard environmental and natural resources. That's straight up your alley. You guys are made to go together. So.
All right. I love it. Thank you guys for being so dope. We have to let the next class make sure that they can come into the live. It is 9 o'clock my time, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock your time, right, Megan?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for coming in here and being intentional. Please take the information. The information's in the chat. Go and use it. You have it now. And if you need help with navigating, please remember Megan has a class on Wednesday. Y'all can come back, pull up to her club Wednesday and Thursday to get any support you need. Other than that, thank you guys for being amazing on purpose. Have a great night, guys. Bye.
Hi, everybody.
Bye, Megs.
I'm gonna give you guys a chance to go ahead and copy the chat, and then I'm going to shut the Zoom down. But you guys will
Okay.
lose chat, so go ahead and copy the chat if you got it, if you can.
Awesome sauce. And then I'm gonna put my phone in the charger and call me when you're done, Megan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, love ya. Bye.
Good night, ladies. God bless.
Thank you. Good night. You too. All right, everybody. It's going down.